Hey, today I wanted to do a love letter to CDs and also talk about my CD collection. So, yeah, that's about it. I recently started collecting CDs because I've been one of those kings that's like, damn it, Spotify. Well, I've never been a Spotify. Well, I used to be, but I'm an Apple Music user, which can be controversial. But now it's kind of controversial to be a Spotify user because they're investing in some interesting endeavors. So nothing can touch the beauty of a physical media, and I think that's where a lot of people are doing that pendulum swing back to, and also 2000s kid. So in ways that is something that I grew up on at least a little bit, or the tail end of that, before there was iPods and such. But yeah, I just am I'm a very visual person, creative person, and so I think a lot of it is also like, I'm also a big collector, to a detriment, I would say, but there's something about literally just the little, I don't know what you even call it. I call it like the zine, but I know it's not a zine. There's a name for that. CD booklet. I don't know. That really just hits. I eat it up every time. So the first one we have is Brat. Very recognizable, very underground. This is something my bro got me, so shout out my bro. And yeah, where were y'all during your Brat summer? You know what I mean? I was in Dublin, not to flex. But yeah, so to me, I mean, this is a time, this is an era that already has came and went. But Fire Ass album got me into Charlie XCX more fully, which is awesome. And again, I love the shit out of this. I love the heck out of this. Just getting to see the lyrics and just gems like this, just the beautiful Charlie. And yeah, I just think obviously this is a fun memory for, I think, everybody. Where were you when this hit? And also, it's just kind of one of those, it's a nice getting ready to go out, it'll always kind of hit in some sort of way. I feel like everyone at least likes one song from this album, unless you're too cool for school, but Brat. This one makes me really excited. This is probably the most recent CD that I've gotten. It's First Day Back, an actual up and coming. Oh, just got a crazy text. Another up and coming, or I would say, like, you're gonna see these kings blowing the hell up eventually. But I just saw them live, and this was like the last CD that was, available, so meant to be and awesome. And I got it from a member themselves, which was awesome. But yeah, they're just like, there's something about, again, the personal touches, just especially something I feel like as special as this is really cool. Okay, crazy person's typing me right now. But anyways, yeah, I will die on that hill. They're gonna be another big thing. They're kind of in that screamo, emo, up and coming category. But again, I think what makes it, and that's something I also think, no offense, but I think a lot of people try to start bands, which I encourage. I think everyone should do what they want to do. Don't listen to a guy like me. But these are one of those gems where it's like, and again, sorry, but baddies do it better. And there's something about people that start bands, but they don't quite have every single thing down, like the vocals. And I think there's a fine line between like screamo and just screaming, and it can be awesome. And oh my god, it can be awesome. But I love Maggie. Maggie is so talented. She plays the violin. It's just awesome. It was so awesome to see them live. And now I have a physical memory, which I also love, about collecting CDs is it's more ways to spend money, but mainly it's a way to keep a memory. And yeah, so that's really awesome. I'm really excited about this. Really good album. You should listen to it. First Day Back, up and coming. This is also a recent one because I went to see Winter. I love my life. I love live music. And so this is their newest album, Adult Romantics. And yeah, just fire. And I love the little details of, you know, just what's on the physical CD itself. And again, the booklets will always get me. And this one especially is really cool because I love when it's like handwritten, like those extra touches, and to know that someone's mind really did all of this. You know, the full way of listening to music is also getting to experience the, you know, like I think getting CDs allows, I don't know about everyone else, but I feel like oftentimes, especially with how fast paced and how blah blah blah, like the algorithm stuff be going these days, society, you know, like it's hard to sit and enjoy life, period, but especially things like music and things that, like, you know, are maybe we take for granted because it's all at our fingertips, which is awesome, but it also can take away from, you know, really discovering. And, you know, I also don't like people that make fun of people that have TikTok music taste or whatever. I think TikTok can be great for exposing you to a lot of new artists, but yeah, it can definitely take away from an experience that can be very, dare I say, holy, you know, because it's just a 15-second clip, and I think sometimes music now is targeted at getting that, you know, again, our attention deficit is insane these days. So get CDs if you can. Shout out my mom. That's how I have a boombox that she gave me. Or vinyls. Vinyls are awesome, but definitely more of a overall investment. But I think vinyls are awesome. But anyways, it's hard for me to sit down and listen to a full album, which you can obviously just do, you know, on your phone. But there's something about putting her in that CD slot, letting it play, and doing something that's pretty cool. So yeah, Adult Romantics. I love Winter. I love Winter. And it just makes me think, like, I'm just smiling and cheesing because she was so good live. And I gave her a zine, so that was pretty cool. But anyways, yeah, it's a memory within another memory because music is awesome with that, the sensory experience. That is so beautiful. This one is Fake Fan. Fuck. It's just really cool. Why am I forgetting the band name? Oh my god. This is kind of embarrassing. But I love this, like, fucking, this CD sleeve is awesome. The Pixies? Fuck. Why am I forgetting? I think it's the Pixies. Ay, ay, ay. This is Pearl Jam. Oopsies. This is Pearl Jam. See, like, I've never really listened to Pearl Jam, but this is one of those instances where I'm very much drawn to the cover and the art, and so I'm like, probably gonna sound cool, and it did. I don't even think I've given it a full listen, but again, like, this is so sick, and like, it's like a side 1, side 2 kind of thing, I believe. Wait, what is this? Oh my god, I didn't even open this. See, like, this is so cool. It comes with all these guys. I didn't even know. See, it's like Christmas, bro. It's awesome. So, it has all the, oh my god, it has all the songs on it with the lyrics. Oh my god, that's so cool, and I didn't even know till now. So the more you know. Oh my god. See, like, that's so cool. Oh my god. Anyways, these are like little Polaroids, basically. And again, I love physical media. It's really cool, guys. And yeah, I don't even know the full title of this album, sorry, but yeah, I got this when I was on a trip this past summer, actually, with my pa, and it was in Palm Springs or around that area, and I remember it was cool because the dude gave it to me for a discounted price because I was paying with cash, and so he was like, shh, don't tell the government. So guys, don't tell anyone. He actually didn't do that, but anyways, of course, hence the dang choker these days. We got Lord Pure Heroin, I recently got this one as well at Streetlight, which majority of the ones that I've gotten that aren't from concerts or whatnot are from Streetlight of some kind. And I love that. And that's the other beautiful thing too about CDs, records, is also the fun act of looking, especially if you love to thrift, it's the same thing. And also just going to thrift stores and finding CDs is a really cool feeling too. So, of course, this needs no introduction. I mean, if you know, you know. If you're there, you're there. This will, again, the fact that Lorde was literally, I don't know, 17. I mean, it makes, who else could write such a beautiful album but a 17-year-old? But again, like, oh, like, love you, Lorde. And I personally haven't listened actually to her new stuff, but this will always be. And again, like, it has, I believe, a little, yeah, like a cute little beautiful note, you know, that she wrote, just talking about, like, you know, and it just says, with endless love from Lorde. So it's very personal. It feels like a kiss. It feels like Lorde has kissed me, and I hold that in my hand. So I love you, Lorde. Thank you for coming back. And then this one, also semi-recent, I got from a local place, not a store, a record store even, but this is actually related to kind of my work I'm doing right now, which is focused on this movement and this time, the redress era. Shout out JAs and grassroots organizing. But yeah, Yokohama, California, really beautiful album. And again, like, it has deep historical significance. But again, sadly in some ways, but it's very relevant to today, I would say. And again, it just kind of goes into, this is very local, very local band. And it's just, again, really awesome because this one literally, like, walks you through, like, the making of it, the significance to each song, and it includes some of the live performance, you know, with it too, which is super cool. So yeah. As musicians, we want to express our feelings about the Asian American movement. We began by singing songs written by other Asian Americans, but as time passed, we saw the need to create and develop our own music. In our own songs, we try to reflect the history of our people, the present issues in our communities, and our hopes for the future. With this album, we hope to extend our music to those who have not yet heard us and to encourage other Asian Americans to assert themselves creatively. So, Yokohama, also where my pa is born in Japan, so there you go. Shout out JAs, represent for real. And yeah, so this is really cool. It's also kind of like my mom's era. Like, this is a place that she would frequent, you know, like this literal Hanks, you know, which doesn't exist anymore. My heart is San Jose, Japantown. So anyways, this is one of the OG, not even OG you would say, I guess, but like, I've had this for a while. This one I've turned, like, another fun thing to do, because the little, what do you call it? I call it the brochure, the CD brochure or whatever. I actually turned this into, you can see it right there. I put it on my wall, which is also a fun thing you can do. You can repurpose it, which is awesome. Fine line, of course. Harry's in my heart. Really, it's 1D in my heart, though. But yeah, this is just I think this, I forget. Maybe this was a gift. I don't even know. But OG, now I can actually listen to it, because it was just sitting in my car for a really long time and I never whipped it out. So now it has a broader purpose. Love you, Harry. This, shout out, friend, had 2 of these, gave one to me. Haven't listened to it yet, but it's the Beatles anthology. So it's like really cool looking. So one day I'll sit down again. I like it because it's like a whole ritual. It's like a little thing. I can turn it on, put on a candle, feel really awesome for a while. This looks really cool though. I don't know. It's like a Beatles. I'm a big Beatles. You know, again, the pa influenced me with that one. So it always reminds me of like my pa and my bro and like family and road trips. So I have a sweet spot for the Beatles, and you're gonna see a lot of more Beatles music ahead. So I can keep talking about that. But yeah, so this one doesn't even have the original thing, because I think it's my dad has it somewhere. But the White album, this is the White album, which very much a road tripping thing. that I remember always playing, and as a kid I didn't appreciate it because I was on my 1D stuff as I should have been, and so I was like, this isn't music. Like, I actually know what music is, and it's not this. But now it's full of those beautiful memories and childhood and nostalgia, and it's awesome in that way. And the White Album is definitely one of those little main ones. I guess I could have talked more about the music and saying what my favorite songs are, but it is what it is. I always loved Dear Prudence. I just love the Beatles, I can't lie. But like, I actually was lucky enough to take a Beatles music class while I was in college, and that was so cool. The professor was so cool, and it's just like, I've never, been educated, in a setting, like a class setting on music and like the making, obviously specific to the Beatles either. So it just really deeply connected to me to becoming a Beatles nerd. But also, don't ask me anything because I high-key forget, only the very small tidbits of information, but it was awesome, regardless. Awesome's my favorite word right now, if you can't tell. But anyways, yeah, this one's just a fun one, and it just, again, Blackbird, specifically about the civil rights movement. Didn't know that till I took that class, but I thought that was more of like this beautiful father-daughter ballad. That's how I interpreted it, and then I realized, well, it has a deeper meaning, so cool. And yeah, love that. This is, again, nostalgia to its key. Again, a beautiful thing about CDs is you can have these little mixtapes, like the N mix, December 2008. Y'all wouldn't even know, because I don't even know. I forget what's on this. I should listen to it again. I know there's probably like Kermit the Frog something, and like probably Green Day on here. This is definitely for the road trip. Again, a beautiful thing you can do is burn CDs, make them for people. Very meaningful thing. And then this one is from Streetlights. This is, I think, one of my first CDs I got when I was starting to collect. And it's a Smashing Pumpkins Tonight Tonight EP. So another example of like, me just kind of trying to branch out, listen to some music, that I had never heard of before, but listening to it on the CD just makes it feel cooler. So yeah, just Tonight, shout out Streetlight, awesome sauce. Hell yes, Glixen, I love you Glixen, you're beautiful. Not to flex, but I saw them live, and Glixen at the merch table said that I was cute, so anyways. But yeah, it's actually signed as well, oh, okay, continuing. But yeah, Glixen, awesome. That's all I have to say, really. And then this one is one that I actually thrifted specifically because when I was looking it up, I saw that it was actually released on my birthday. So I was like, well, it's kind of meant to be. I was actually stuck between that and then this other album that was by someone named Natalie. So I was like, either or. We'll see which one makes more sense. And I'm glad I went with Ditto. Because, Ditto? Because, of course, I only knew the very popular, whatchamacallit? What? Why can't I remember? What? That one song. It's like, thank you. Thank you. But it was a really fire album, overall, and made me get closer to Dido in a way that I never thought I would, and it's really adorable because it has like, I don't even know if that's her as a kid, or, just like very, very cute, very cute. And yeah, and it's also kind of fun when you thrift, CDs that have been passed down, because then it's like a very much like, like, what life did you live before me? Hopefully a good one. Oh, hopefully a good one. This one, another Streetlight baddie. I think I got this the same time as the Smashing Pumpkins one, and yeah, and it's Sonic Youth is a band. But anyways, this is one of those ones that I definitely was very intrigued by the art of it all, the beautiful flowers on the back, and I had never heard it before, so I was very like sure. But again, it just has really sick art all up on it, and you know, really cool, really cool looking. So oh yeah, this is the NYC Ghosts and Flowers, by the way, and definitely an interesting album, because it's definitely not a, I don't know what you would call it. It's just very artsy and moody and kind of freaky. I don't know. It's interesting. And then surprise, surprise, more Beatles. That's my mom. Rubber Soul. I think I remember the factoid about this one is that they had met Bob Dylan, so that influenced this writing and sound, and maybe Bob Dylan introduced them to weed, supposedly, and which also might have influenced that sound. But yeah, come on, look at all these bros. This is one of those ones that is up there. I don't know, like, do you guys have a favorite Beatles album? I feel like mine, more for sentimental reasons, is Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, because that was also released on my birthday, and it was supposedly the very first Beatles album that my pa listened to, which I think is pretty cool. And it has some pretty awesome songs on it, like A Day in the Life, which is just a masterpiece. And they were kind of, what do you call it, you know, OGs in terms of like using like orchestra and mixing it with rock sound. So anyways, don't quote me on that, but that's kind of what I remember about that. But come on, George with a little hat. When else could you see that? Probably online, but not in this way. So I gotta say, I think growing up I always liked Michel or whatever, but I think that Norwegian Wood's up there, and maybe, yeah, Norwegian Wood and Michel and In My Life is a classic. I do remember that one definitely playing in the car, and Drive My Car. It was just the classic banger, of course, but just something about it, you know, something about these British boys, maybe the precursor to 1D, when you really think about it. And then next is another beautiful concert moment, find, whatever, Allison's Halo, I Dazzler. This past year, I definitely got into a lot of just shoegaze, and this is one of those OGs, you know. Oh my god. And then they came to my local place, shout out, and it's signed. Oh my god, it's signed, which is really cool. The lead, Allison herself, actually, is her name's Kat, duh, not Allison, but she was so sweet and so beautiful live. So I love that. I love when, you know, older kings still got it, and if you wanted to know, Allison's Halo still got it, which is really cool. And again, I just love when there's just these images of them. It's really beautiful in my mind. And then next, we're almost getting there, is Nirvana Unplugged in New York. This one's of course a classic. I got this when I was traveling semi-recently in LA. Again, maybe it's all an excuse to keep buying stuff, but I think it's a healthy investment to invest in the arts. I don't know. But yeah, this one I was put on because of course, A Man Who Sold the World. Sold the World? Yeah. The Man Who Sold the World. The cover, that's just so good. David Bowie cover. But yeah, again, it's just really pretty, you know. I've always, of course, seen this, but I've not seen the back of a CD, you know, so I think it's just, again, the full experience, the physical, the emotional, the everything is really cool. So this one I got to do a nice full read, or not full listen on, and it's great, because I again hadn't listened to the full, and again, I love when it's like, whoa, open it up, and it's crazy, you know. But yeah, Kurt Cobain, man. But yeah, it's also something very beautiful about a live performance album, you know. And of course, this one's a very iconic. I mean, Kurt Cobain's Kurt Cobain, so yeah, I would say that one. I mean, up there, it's still The Man Who Sold the World. Just so good, just so good. But it makes you almost feel like you were there way back when. So that's what's so cool. And then what we have last, but definitely not least, Sade, Love Deluxe. Definitely very late on this one, I would say, but I'm very happy that I have it. It was only $3 at Streetlight. That's what I'm saying. Like, crazy. Don't know why she was so low priced, but I'm not gonna complain. Oh, I guess it's due to condition. That's why it says. But I don't know. It still works and looks awesome to me. So that's a dub. But anyways, this is such a I mean, I need to know nothing, really, no introduction. Sade, Where Have You Been All My Life, really is what it's about. What a woman. What a specimen. Her voice, everything about her. And I gotta say, I feel like Mermaid, the outro, just so good. But yeah, this one's just a classic, a timeless classic, and I think a very beautiful one to end on. So anyways, hope you enjoyed. Those are my CDs as of date, as of today. I'm never gonna stop. Pretty soon my entire I won't be able to move in my room because there's just going to be so many CDs, and I hope that I can pass them down to whoever one day, and that will be really cool to be like, yeah, it's whatever, like, either from, you know, the times of my life and the stories that they bring as well. So, collect some physical media. Oh, that's really cool. Exactly. Collect some physical media. Wait. Does it do anything else? Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Collect some physical media and collect stories, and don't be haters, be appreciators of art and music. Let people have their taste, unless you support some horrible, horrible stuff, then maybe don't. But yeah, I'm hope you enjoyed. Do it again. There you go. Bye.